Hi, welcome to another episode of Project Geo. This is episode 24. I'm Adam Simmons.
I'm Andrew Carriola.
And Mason Rothman hopefully should be here shortly. It'll be the first time in a number of weeks here. Well, we're going to start off, and we're calling this episode Burr, It's Freezing. Where's the hot geo, right? Everyone wants to know about the current events going on, and this week we do have quite a few. So let's start running down the list right now. I'm going to start off. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the PLA naval bases. Basically, the Chinese Navy has expressed expanding their navy and creating a worldwide force. So Sean Madej is a popular Googler, especially geospatial Googler. He's actually created a map based off of a post, I want to say, a newspaper post by International Herald, pointing out the expressed interest in naval bases across the world that the Chinese, I think they want to set up. I don't think they were actual naval bases. So let me do a quick screen share and we'll go ahead to the next topic. Let's see. All right, hold on, stand by. There we go. As you can see there's the naval bases. I think these are the suspected bases that they want to set up, or at least ports of interest that they want to hook in with. It doesn't look like there's any on the Western Hemisphere. I wonder why, because the U.S. is pretty protective about that. Anyway, there we go. That's it. Check it out. We'll have the links after the episode in the episode notes. Andrew, do you want to go into your topic real quick?
Yeah, so I ran across a cool article, and this article actually references another one that talked about a similar topic, so I'll reference them both. But they have to do with Minecraft as a geo-design tool. Now, for those of you who don't know what Minecraft is, it is an online video game, and you can play it by yourself or with an online community. You can play with land, that sort of thing. And it has basic building blocks of different land types, different mineral types, that kind of thing. And it's a very creative world that you can build yourself. You can have combat, you can design buildings, landscapes, vegetation, animals. You can put a lot of different things into your own Minecraft world. You can invite other people into your Minecraft world, and then they can also add to your world. There have been a lot of different uses with Minecraft, different kind of contests for building designs, etc. Well, these articles in particular, and I will screen share this just a minute, talk about, let's see, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So this is an article, and this is a web page or a blog that I regularly check for geospatial information. It's called Spatially Adjusted. I think it's kind of cool. But he blogged this on January 15th. Minecraft is a geo-design tool. So this gentleman, James Fee, I don't know him, but you can see him in the top right corner there. He blogs about all kinds of geospatial technology, etc. And his son plays Minecraft, and they play it together. And he's identified this as a really cool tool to use in geodesign. It's very creative and easy. Lots of people, anyone can use it. I guess any age that can understand how to use a computer. I don't have any screenshots of Minecraft to show you. However, in this, he references an article that a friend of him wrote. Dale Lutz wrote a post in, I want to say, September. Well, okay, so this is the project that post references from the company Mojang, and it's a project called Block by Block. And here you can see this graphic, and the top picture shows an actual landscape, and the bottom picture shows the same landscape built in Minecraft. You can kind of see not only did they build that, but you can see there are a lot of opportunities for them to add to it to design an actual playground to put into that space or whatever else. So that particular program, block by block, is a really interesting uh, program. Let's see, a 3-year partnership will support the UN Habitat Sustainable Urban Development Network to upgrade 300 public spaces by 2016. So they use it. It can be used for urban planning, anything for public spaces. So it's a cool tool. You can play around with it, or just play and have fun. And the other thing I have to bring up, related, but specifically what this gentleman from Spatially Adjusted blogs about, is that the Geo Design Summit is coming up. It's actually this week, and he just talks about how he wishes he could be there. It's a little too short notice, but he hopes someone will talk about Minecraft capabilities and potential and use for geodesign. So just a little bit of information about 2013 Geo Design Summit. It takes place January 24th through 25th, so it's Thursday and Friday this year at the Esri headquarters, Redlands, California. And in our notes, I'll have that link, so if you're in the area and you want to try and register, you can. Maybe you can find out more about Minecraft as a geodesign tool.
Great, thanks, Andrea. Actually, I was reading a little bit about while you're going through that. James Fee, apparently, he hosts a blog called Planet Geospatial. It's a really good blog, and we might have to hit him up and see if he can pop on the show one episode. Worth a read. A real simple blog, but yet again, a lot of great detail. So I'll post that link too. It looks like this guy's pretty speed up on the geospatial end. So, okay. The next topic I have on the list is the standby. Working it. All right. One announcement I have is Defense Geospatial Intelligence (DGI), 21st to the 23rd January, and that's actually right now. That's DGI Defense Geospatial Intelligence conference is going on right now in the center in London, UK. So the website is wbresearch.com /DGI Europe /home.aspx. Check it out, and I'm hoping to have some after action notes of what happened there, hitting up a couple people who went to the conference. So, and then the next thing I want to talk about is, well, satellite imagery, right? There's been a lot of action going on in Algeria and Mali right now. And so I want to bring up the New York Times imagery. New York Times, as well as AP News, I think I've said this in the past, likes to, they like to use satellite imagery from GeoEye, from Digital Globe, from anything they get their hands on. And I believe the New York Times really started using satellite imagery heavily back when the Japan tsunami started up. So they used a lot of GeoEye support. But as you can see here with the kidnappings in Algeria, a lot of folks were focused on, I think it's called Eminis, the gas plant over there in eastern Algeria. Where a bunch of people were held hostage, and the Algerian military forces were handling the situation. And obviously, it's debatable on how they handled it well, since a lot of hostages were killed. Many have escaped. But to summarize, the entire crisis is done. However, the New York Times made this great map of satellite imagery, referencing where things are at. You can see the workers' living area, and you can see how the entire facility is broken up between the security camp and the central processing facility. One of the interesting things about this facility, and actually is that this is a backstep a little bit. One of the great things about satellite imagery, using it and seeing it more and more in media, is it just gives you more reference behind the story. You're looking at it, you're trying to figure out how these events are taking place. How could they have gotten in? How could they have breached security? Where is this? Is this near a big city? What's going on, you know? So if we actually zoom in real quick on Google Maps, I can actually show you the actual location of the the event. And I want to give you an idea how valuable the imagery is to kind of get a reference of the facility itself, what went on. See how I'm just zooming in here. I don't even have to search for the whole thing anymore. I pretty much have it whole memorized. There it is. That's how much I've looked at this specific point. Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. Here's the facility here, actually. And this, by the way, this gray spot on Google Maps wasn't defined before, I'd say before last week. So Google Maps Maker users on it, turns out they've been adding quite a bit since the event. So if I go to the satellite image itself, let's see if they've updated it recently. No, they haven't. By the way, this is still spot imagery from 2006. Despite the copyright image says 2013 at the bottom. That's just, I don't know what the copyright it really applies to in terms of that baseline down there. Maybe it's just Google Maps as a whole. It does reference as a spot image, which is correct, but it's just a general attribution between all the satellite companies contributing. But overall, this is an outdated image, and that's why it's in the New York Times, pulled from GeoEye directly on that image to get a better high-resolution image that's more current and showing the exact extent of and how big the facility is. A lot of this area is filled in now. As we can see the difference between, let's see, do I have it up? Yeah, a lot of this area is filled in over here now. As you can see, it's probably in construction at the time. The high resolution image brings the ingress egress routes of the compound, where you can even see tire tracks or road tracks for vehicles coming in. But zooming out, you can see how remote this facility really is. The closest town is Minas, which is to the east over here with a small airport. But other than that, this area is completely surrounded by desert. So defensively, you should be able to see folks come. Yet on the other hand, you know, this hasn't really happened to this level before, so it's not that unexpected that security would be a little bit lax, especially around the living area. The security is mainly defensive around the gas plant, not necessarily the living quarters. So a lot easier to get everybody rounded up in this area down here. So anyway, that's enough about that topic. The other thing I want to go into, I'm hoping Mason will pop in here any minute now.